The final recount for all legislative races was finalized this afternoon. The race for House District 44 between independent incumbent Bill Pluker and Republican candidate Ray Toms was the last one to be recounted. The district covers the towns of Hope, Union, and Warren. Pluker led after election night by more than 350 votes. The results stood after the recount gave Toms only one extra vote. Secretary of State Shenabello says there have been no major surprises to change the outcome of a race.
We've done 9 recounts already for the State House and the State Senate. With the exception of the tie race in Sanford, every single recount has upheld the election night result. Mainers should be so proud in our free, safe, secure, and accurate elections. Maine voters have spoken. Election officials have not only counted the votes, but counted them twice in many places. Now it's time for the work to begin in the legislature and in Congress.
The only race in Maine left to finish being recounted is the CD2 race between Austin Theriault and Jared Gold.